Hey everybody, welcome to today's session. In today's session, as we know, it's a Wednesday. We're going to go over the midweek analysis. Let's see what's happened in the markets since the markets have opened. What potential trading opportunities do we have before the week closes? Without further ado, let's get right into that. Now, in front of us is CAD Let's take it from the top. Daily perspective. We can see prices are pushing lower very, very hard. The bears are right now crazy on this thing. The bears are pushing very, very hard. Obviously, the next targets will be somewhere here. In the next market structure, we can see that better on the 4 hours. If we zoom out, we can see that's where the next structure is. And that's where I anticipate to see prices head and, before we actually see probably a slight pullback, if there will be any. Now, all this bearish move is actually starting and it's coming off from the JPYX. As we can see, the JPYX, since the week began on Monday at about New York, prices started kicking in with a strong, crazy bullish momentum, obviously breaking above this structure here, breaking above this descending trend line. Obviously, this has created somewhat of a double bottom pattern. And the neckline was broken, so the pattern is complete. This can be considered a retest. And now we have to consider prices keep on pushing higher until the next market structure up here. And that's what I'm anticipating to see on the JPYX, prices pushing higher all the way until they reach up here. However, I wouldn't really anticipate it to be a fast move, as we all understand that prices have a tendency of repeating what happened on the left-hand side. And we can see on the left-hand side, prices here did kind of range a bit before actually breaking. So I do anticipate to see prices range a bit here before actually breaking on the upside and pushing further a bit before giving us a retest. That's what I'm anticipating to see before prices take off and push further into the atmosphere, right? So that's what I'm anticipating to happen on JPYX. And that's what I do believe will happen on JPYX. We do have DXY that was most of the week moving alongside with JPYX, but today prices have actually given us the other move, which is what I was actually anticipating. Since the JPYX is bullish, DXY has to be bearish, right? And the move just began today. Fortunately, the move began overnight during the Asian session. We couldn't catch it at its earlier stage. And then once the markets opened, the prices just kept on pushing lower. During the London, when I sat at the desk, prices just kept on pushing lower. We didn't really get a retracement to get a nice entry opportunity, but we do understand that the prices have a high possibility of tapping here. So should prices, I don't know, retrace or whatever, maybe somewhere here, we will be looking for a continuation for prices to push until they reach this as its first target. That's as for the daily perspective. And then we do anticipate in the long run, prices to push lower, give us a retest perhaps on this zone here before it continues pushing lower. As we understand from the weekly perspective that this is a head and shoulders pattern. And as we can see from the weekly perspective, prices have actually broken below this structure. So we should be waiting for an extension, retracement before we get that impulsive continuation from the DXY. Obviously, the DXY is falling now. The dollar is weak. Countries are going against it day in, day out. Like, you can't fight this. And the JPYX obviously has to go to the moon because it's inversely correlated to this thing. So obviously, we'll just be looking for a perfect entry point to take a trade on this before we actually, pull the trigger rather than jumping the gun. We'll be very careful before we actually make our move. So probably this will be our move right here. If it does retrace here, this will be a perfect entry point. If prices do retrace here, this will be a perfect entry point, with this being the first targets. And obviously, prices keep on falling and falling and falling. We'll just keep on looking for entries, exits, entries, and exits on the DXY. Now, obviously, let's look at other pairs. JPYX, this is the daily. Prices are indicating some sort of a bearish move. Excuse the trend lines. So I did multiple analysis, I think, on multiple time frames, and I didn't specify on what time frames to show. So on the daily, this is how it looks like. So we should be anticipating to see a continuation. First targets should be somewhere here, obviously. And then after there, we should be anticipating to see a continuation if prices do manage to break below that. Now, our entry point, obviously, currently we haven't taken a trade yet, but our entry point should be making sense if prices do retrace to somewhere here. Obviously, you can see here we had a low. We had a market structure and prices just broke below that. So should prices give us a retracement on this, we should be anticipating to see prices push lower until somewhere down here. Mind you, this is the 4 hours, so it may not seem like much. But it's actually over 100 pips, and we can actually get a decent risk to reward ratio, right? Euro USD, obviously, another pair that we should be looking closely at. So this was actually broken, taken out. Now this is the point where we should be focusing on. Prices just broke above that high. So obviously, again, should we get a retracement here? The stars is the limit on this one. We should just keep on pushing higher and higher. We got GU, apparently same thing. Obviously, all of these pairs are inversely correlated to the DXY, and since the DXY is now falling, all these pairs will just be blasting to the stratosphere. So we should be anticipating to see prices take off on this, although prices haven't broken above yet like the rest of the US dollar pairs. Same thing with gold. We should be anticipating to see prices push higher. However, prices haven't broken this threshold here. See that? So should prices break above here, give us a retest, our aim will be for prices to push and tap that as the take profit. Obviously, you can see on the left-hand side, it's a clean slate. You don't really have any resistance whatsoever. The rest of the JPY pairs, obviously. So JPY, obviously, we anticipate it to keep on rising. So this should start falling. We should be anticipating to see JPY, Eurojpy fall at any moment, anticipating to see a reversal candlestick. Anticipating to see a reversal candlestick. Once it happens, that will be our confirmation. We'll obviously take it, and like currently the aim that I'll be aiming for are these lows. It's insane. That's a crazy move. Like, how many pips is this? Over 500 pips. 495. Insane. Now 495 pips. I'll be obviously having multiple exit points. As you know, right now I'm actually exiting at about 2 hours per trade. So all of these may be potential entry and exit points. So obviously it's going to be a crazy, insane, bumpy, and healthy, profitable ride. All of these are exit and entry points that we'll actually be looking at and capitalizing on. I don't really like swing trades nowadays, as the market's too volatile with a lot of fundamentals hitting the driveway every 2 minutes. So swing trades, if you take them, cool. I'm not against you, but the win rate is crazy low right now. And with me taking or trading prop firms, I need my win rate to be high so that I can actually stay above the the starting balance, so that I won't lose the account, you know. But if you're trading a personal account, sure, you can do swing trades, nothing against you. But for those that are doing prop firms, I'd advise not to do those, right? So we are back again to CAD-JPY. So that's a wrap. Those are my trades that I'm having on my watch list for the week. Obviously, you know, my watch list is short, as you all know. Got only 5 pairs. Gold, I never trade it nowadays. I just keep it here so that I can break it down for you guys. But other than that, guys, appreciate you all. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining me. Till next time, guys, I appreciate you all. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with a few friends that you believe will find value in this video. Till next time, guys, appreciate you all. Nothing but peace and love from this side.